When I was 13 years old, every single Sunday when I would see my dad, we would go to a second-hand video game shop. It's called CEX in the UK. Here's what my hustle was, guys. I would save up about 2 weeks of pocket money, which was about £10. And what I'd do is I would buy an old second-hand Xbox 360 game with that £10. And I'd play it until I got bored of it. Then I would trade it in, get £6 back. But by that point, I'd already saved up more pocket money, which allowed me to continually cycle through game after game. I know it's not the most efficient business model, but I had a lot of fun. And I got to try every single Xbox 360 game. And those games were actually really good. Back then, video games were like, you know, not just a cash cow for corporations. It was honestly one of my favorite eras of gaming. I got a lot of value out of that, you know. I got a lot of entertainment value. And sometimes a brand new game would come out which would cost £40, which meant I had to trade in a bunch of old games just to get this new one, or save up for 8 weeks. But man, I remember the feeling of finally getting my hands on that game, putting the disc in the tray and having such a blast. Bear with me on this analogy, by the way, it is going somewhere. As I grew older and got more tech savvy, I sort of made my way over to PC gaming, you know, PC Master Race, guys, fucking geeks. The games were bigger, they were better, they were more exciting, they were massively multiplayer. But transitioning over to PC actually opened up a new option for me: piracy. Instead of paying for the games, instead of trading in my older games to get the newer game, I could just load up a sketchy Russian website and download it for free. Awesome, right? Well, it sounds awesome, and it was for a short time, but I actually believe that my discovery of piracy is what actually led me down my road to decay and my road to resentment of video games, my distaste for them. I didn't like them anymore. I'd play them for like an hour max and then move on to the next one. I became really critical, and my once wide-eyed passion for the video games had evaporated. I was miserable, and I didn't see any value in the games anymore. Let me ask you this: why is it that millions upon millions of people watch very wealthy people give completely free value on YouTube, yet 99.9% of them remain broke? I have a theory. When I downloaded those games for free, as time went on, I began valuing them less and less. A new game would come out and I'd feel absolutely nothing. Zero excitement. And it's because they were so readily available to me. I was literally a 2-hour download away from playing any game that I wanted. I didn't make any sort of sacrifice to get them, so I started taking it for granted, and I stopped enjoying them. I stopped valuing them. When I first started my self-development journey, I was broke as fuck. So I looked for solutions. Oh God. I used to download PDFs of books for free on the internet, rather than just paying, you know, $10 to buy them. Why would I buy them, right? If I could just get them for free, I could save myself $10, right? And as I began reading these free PDFs, I never recalled once passing the first 20 pages of books which should be so valuable. How to Win Friends and Influence People, Deep Work, Think and Grow Rich. Why did I never get past 20 pages? I'll tell you why. It's because, guys, we value things that we make sacrifices for. Let me give you an example. Am I more likely to genuinely embody the values of How to Win Friends and Influence People if I buy a physical copy of the book for $10 and read it, or if I download a free PDF of the book along with 10 different self-help books at the same time? If I spend money on something, you best believe that I'm going to study the fuck out of it and extract as much value out of it as humanly possible. I'm gonna get my money's worth, guys. The superpower which you're not utilizing, guys, is the fact that men cannot make sacrifices in vain. It's hard built into our DNA. If I dropped my last $10 on deep work, you best believe that I'm going to become the most fucking incredible deep work enthusiast of all time. I'm going to absolutely nail the principles of the book. I'm going to become an absolute expert at getting into deep work flows. And the return on investment for that $10, you know, the last $10 of my bank account is going to be absolutely ludicrous. Think about the amount of money that you're able to generate from using the principles of deep work if you actually apply it and you study it as if it was your last option. The last $10 that you spent, you've got to make it work. There's a 0% chance that that $10 is going to be sacrificed in vain. You're not going to buy that book and not read it or not study it. You hear it all the time, guys. You have to reinvest in yourself, reinvest in yourself, reinvest in your education, reinvest in your health. Why is that? Everyone you look up to mimics that exact same point. And the reason why it works, guys, is because men cannot make sacrifices in vain. If you buy into something, if you make a sacrifice for it, you're going to value it a lot more.
But Sam, I can just learn it all on YouTube for free. I can just download the free PDF.
Cool. Why have you not gotten the results yet though, man? When I had to sacrifice my pocket money and my precious old Xbox 360 games to get a new game, I was so happy and I valued that new game so much. I extracted so much entertainment value out of that new game. When I downloaded the free games on the internet, I extracted absolutely no value out of them at all. And the same applies here, guys. If you make a monetary sacrifice to buy into a book or a course, you're going to get so much more out of it. That's why reinvesting in yourself truly works. There's so much free value on YouTube, but you take it for granted. And you can never truly take action on the things that you're learning until you actually invest something into it. It's supposed to be slightly uncomfortable for you to see that money leave your bank account when you buy the new book or course. Because when you start reading that book or going through that course, you're going to remember that feeling and you're going to try your absolute best to extract as much value out of that book or course as humanly possible. And that feeling is going to propel your results forward massively. You're going to actually take action on the things you learn. I didn't take any action on any of those books that I downloaded because I hadn't bought them. I didn't value them. Now that I've actually bought a physical copy of How to Win Friends and Influence People, I get so much value out of it. I sit, I study it every single night. I go through it with a highlighter. I'm trying to extract as much value out of it as possible because, motherfucker, I spent $10 on it. I want my money's worth, guys. I want my money's worth, right? But when I had it as a PDF, I just did not give a single fuck about it. Don't you see, guys? You're running on a hamster wheel of constantly looking for the easy solutions or the free solutions, when the fact is, any influential person that you look up to, they got to that position because they invested in themselves. They made sacrifices. Nothing good should come easy. If you want to truly get results, you have to make sacrifices. It has to be uncomfortable. Seeing that money leaving your bank account might be the sacrifice you need to make to actually take this shit seriously. Seriously, man. And the more painful the sacrifice is, the better. I've had people emailing me in like really tough situations. They have like $1,000 to their name. Their net worth total is $1,000, man. And they don't have a job. And even still, they take the leap and they reinvest in themselves. These guys might be interested in video editing and they're watching all of the fucking free YouTube tutorials all the time, but they're not getting the results that they want. They're not getting the high paying clients. They're not able to live the financially free and location free laptop lifestyle because they're constantly cycling through client after client. Why is it not working? They've went through all of the free value. Why? And after an email exchange, they actually drop $500, 50% of their fucking net worth to join the Academy of Excellence. And each time something like this has happened, I've spoke to someone like this, you can fucking bet your ass that they get the absolute most out of my academy and get the best results for it as well. They're always the most active in the network. They're showing up to all the fucking lectures. They're asking all the questions. They're applying for all the jobs in the client section. They're building their Twitter accounts using the Twitter ecosystem. They're downloading all of the resources. These guys work the absolute hardest because they made such a grand sacrifice. They have to make the shit work. The sacrifice inspires the action, guys. And 2 to 3 months later, they find themselves in a much better position. They're earning $3,000 to $5,000 a month online, working with their favorite influencers and making dope shit, while also setting themselves up for an entire lifetime of success. That 50% net worth sacrifice that they made, that $500 sacrifice, was their make or break moment. It was their fuck this shit moment. And you best believe when someone's backed up in a corner like that, they're going to make the fucking most out of it. You've got to take that leap, guys. You have to make sacrifices to truly value things. I could offer you right now to hop into a 5-hour call one-to-one with me, and I would teach you absolutely everything I know about video editing, animations, sound design, acquiring high-paying clients, building good business relations, scaling to $10,000 a month online. And I don't think you would do much with that information at all. You would probably find it interesting and then go back to doing what you've been doing over the last X amount of years, running on the same hamster wheel. But I guarantee you, if you spent $2,000 on that same call, you would extract every ounce of value you could possibly get out of it and take action on it like that, no problem. Because you've spent $2,000, bro. You've got to make it work. And because of that, you would actually become very fucking rich. I have 10 students of the Video Editing Academy flying out to Thailand at the start of 2024. After just 6 months inside of the academy, they achieved a lifestyle which took me over 3 years to achieve. Financial freedom, location freedom. And that, guys, is because they sacrificed. That's a superpower they don't want you to know about. Watching vapid, free videos designed to allow you to mentally masturbate produces nowhere near the results you would get if you just invested in yourself. You guys are willing to bet on sports figures, sports teams, you know, MMA fighters. Why will you not bet on yourself? If you lose, fuck it, you tried, right? You learn a bunch anyway. But you'll find that once you've made that sacrifice, losing doesn't even become an option. My Video Editing Academy of Excellence is now on a massive Halloween sale because nothing is scarier than remaining poor forever. The sacrifice I'm asking you to make to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams has never been lower. The barrier of entry has never been lower, and the rewards are sky high. My academy will give you all of the tools you need to make your first $10,000 month online. From your laptop, from your parents' house, wherever it may be. Enter Excellence now. It's the first link in the description. The reason I was able to enjoy those shitty Xbox 360 games was because of the sacrifice I made for them. There was nothing spectacular about them, and by all accounts, you know, the modern games which I was pirating for free were better in nearly every way. But easily, if I had to choose between that era of gaming and the Xbox 360 trading in games era, every Sunday with my dad, I would choose trade in the min, man, every single time. You have to sacrifice, you have to invest, and you have to bet on yourself, guys. This applies to all areas of life as well. Check out my academy below. Ciao.